Oh, good lord. My neighbors are burning something in their backyard. It smells like metal. It smells like my neighbors are burning metal. Anyway, this is going to be how to treat your girlfriend. A malt liquor video. Alright, so I'm going to tell you how to treat your girlfriend. And immediately I want you to forget about the gender associations. But here's the thing. Or actually now I'm thinking about the familial associations. How to treat your girlfriend. You are Uncle Ben. Your girlfriend is Peter Parker, who is also Spider-Man. Come to grips with that. Just think about that for a moment. Just like, I'm Uncle Ben, she's Peter Parker. She's not Spider-Man, you don't know that. She's Peter Parker, Peter Parker is Spider-Man. Just come to grips with that while I watch my house fill up full of acidic smoke. Live in the country, folks. Live in the country. Because here's the thing. Your girlfriend, Peter Parker, is going to come to you and they're really upset sometimes. They've got things going on. I'm like choking on that. And they can't tell you exactly what's going on because you don't know they're Spider-Man. So they come to you one day, they're like, oh, I'm so upset, mass transit, they do enough to protect the people, and it's just like, can't there be more safety features, and there's not even seatbelts on those things, I just worry that people are going to get hurt, and you're like thinking to yourself, like you are, not Uncle Ben, but you're thinking like, Jesus, my girlfriend's a nut job. Uncle Ben, listening to Peter Parker, thinks this. I need to understand how you're feeling. Are you worried? This is Uncle Ben talking to Peter Parker. Are you worried about people's safety? About people being hurt? And is there anything you could do about that? And there is an answer to that. And it is a good thing for you to be concerned about these people. And there are things you could do. You're not helpless in this. And I can help you. And we could find other folks to help us. So, the thing you don't know, you want to identify these feelings. You want to I want to understand. I want to repeat back to you what you're telling me so that I hear you. And I know exactly, or as best as I can, what it is you're feeling. Hold on a second, I'm burping. I know the secret to that. Because you don't know what Peter Parker's doing. Peter Parker, if you've seen a movie with Spider-Man in it, Peter Parker was out there, the Hobgoblin or somebody went to blow up a bridge or something, and the subway car was going to go off and kill everybody, and Peter Parker, shooting webs out of each side of his arms and struggling, holding back with his own body, and his costume got ripped, and I think he passed out, and there's this lovely scene where the crowd's passing him hand over hand back into the cab where they can surround him and protect him after he saves their lives. It makes me cry. That's what Spider-Man experienced. Peter Parker can't tell you that. Peter Parker can just tell you the feelings of helplessness, of feeling like striving to do all that he could to help these people, to feeling that Peter Parker might fail. And what does that mean if Peter Parker fails? That he might be out of his depth, he might be out of his league, he might be not as good as he thought he was. All sorts of things about considering his identity as a man, not as a Spider-Man, but as a man, or as a human being, as what you want to be out of life. Uncle Ben doesn't know all that. All Uncle Ben needs to understand is, let me tell you what I'm hearing. This is what I understand. Everything you're saying to me is valid. Everything that you want to bring about in your future, I want to be a part of, and I want to help you. At no point in time, like this, there's a ton of different things that might actually kind of freak Uncle Ben out. Now is not the time for that. While this information is coming for the very first time, the highest priority Uncle Ben has, you have, for Peter Parker, your girlfriend, who's also Spider-Man, is to just understand, support, confirm, and listen in a helpful manner. That doesn't mean, like, at no point in time should you play devil's advocate. At no point in time should you try to, like, turn the tables. Well, think of all the times you've been driving, and that in a sense puts people in danger for the potential of you doing something wrong. No, none of that. It's just on that one feeling that you strive to understand and support and validate and give your, I kind of want to say something like allegiance to that. Like, I am here for this feeling now and in the future. That from now on, we're on the same team. Well, there was more I wanted to say about that. I think I might have said it better earlier in the day, which gave me this inspiration. But that's basically it. Though, as an aside, as a caveat, if the next day, after a full night's sleep and a very big breakfast and delicious coffee, maybe some juice, and you're looking over at your girlfriend who's Peter Parker, who's also Spider-Man, and you're thinking, she seems relaxed, comfortable, and happy now, and you might say, like, honey, Peter, I just wanted to cover a few things that I was concerned about last night, and then you could bring your own concerns in a very carefully thought out way that's respectful and valid, because they're your concerns about, let's say you don't understand the whole subway thing, the whole, like, you're worried, like, you're just like, I'm concerned that, like, you might put too much of your own self and your own emotions into the safety of all these strangers. That could be damaging to you, because sometimes people do make mistakes. Sometimes people are unable to do their best. And let's talk about that. I mean, that's one thing that Peter Parker as Spider-Man would have to face at some point in time. You're not always going to be able to catch all the rubble that falls down from the building. You're not even always going to be aware that it is. So when you're calm and when things are calm, that's the time to talk about. You're not always going to be able to catch all these things, all these feelings, all these stuff going on for you, and the potentials for the future. But the future's messy. The present doesn't have to be. Being present in the moment, listening, understanding, and showing compassion, you're never going to regret that. So, in summation, you're Uncle Ben. And go watch the Spider-Man movies if you have to, and why not? And also watch some Karate Kid. Your girlfriend's Peter Parker. Peter Parker's awesome. Spider-Man, who's also Peter Parker, fantastic. Is doing something great and greater, and can never convey that to you. So you just have to understand what you know, which is they're upset. They want things. They're worried about things. That's all you gotta know. It's all Uncle Ben knew. That's all you need to know. That and Karate Kid. Seriously. Is anybody smoke over there? A little bit of smoke. Not too bad.